Have you ever felt like you're always running late, as if life were a race where everyone else is ahead of you? This is a common belief that we need to chase after things, otherwise we'll fall behind. But in reality, there is no such thing as being late in the universe. What truly exists is synchronicity. When we talk about synchronicity, we're talking about meaningful coincidences. Unlikely encounters that seem to stitch the visible world to the invisible. Carl Jung coined this term to explain how certain events don't have a direct causal link, but instead carry a deep symbolic connection with our inner state. It's as if life were in constant dialogue with us, responding not to what we say out loud, but to what we feel and vibrate within. Maybe you've experienced something like this, thinking of someone and suddenly they call, or needing an answer and a book randomly opening on the exact page you needed to read. That's not chance, it's synchronicity. It's life showing us that there's a higher order, even when the mind believes everything is in disorder. Nothing happens before its time, and nothing is lost just because it didn't happen when you wanted it to. When there is meaning, there is connection, and when there is connection, time reveals itself as an ally. Divine timing isn't measured by clocks. It shows up through alignment. Most of us believe that if we're not in control, everything will fall apart. That's why worry becomes so constant. But worry is like a silent poison. It traps the mind in what's familiar, feeds scarcity, keeps the body on high alert, narrows vision, and makes it seem like there's only one possible path. And there's something else. When we can't tolerate uncertainty, when not knowing what's going to happen feels unbearable, anxiety increases. That sensation of being late often comes from not being able to embrace life's mystery. We want instant answers. We want guarantees. But life doesn't operate on contracts. It moves with the flow of what is necessary. The intolerance of uncertainty makes the mind try to control every detail. And when things don't go as planned, we already feel like failures. But in truth, it's just life reminding us that we don't hold the full map. The more you try to control, the more you send out the signal of doubt. And life doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to the vibration you hold. If you vibrate anxiety, you'll attract more situations that fuel anxiety. If you vibrate fear, you'll attract more experiences that justify fear. Here's the paradox. When you lose control, that's when life begins to flow. And then there are the mind's biases. One is the illusion of control, believing we can predict and manage every detail. But in reality, the most we can control are our choices in the present moment. Another is the planning fallacy, the tendency to always believe something will take less time than it actually does. When reality doesn't match that optimistic expectation, we feel frustrated and behind. But nothing was delayed. It was only our perspective distorted by expectation. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. Letting go means creating space for something greater to act. While you're busy manipulating every detail, you limit possibilities. When you trust, you allow the unexpected and the extraordinary to unfold. We often interpret silence or delay as absence, but what we call delay is almost always preparation. While you think nothing is happening, life is arranging variables your rational mind could never imagine. It's like planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, you trust, and you let nature do its work. Manifestation works the same way. If it hasn't arrived yet, it doesn't mean it's late. It means it's being calibrated to appear with the right strength at the right time. Life doesn't respond to desperation, it responds to coherence. And coherence happens when the mind and the heart vibrate the same message. The mind may repeat 1,000 affirmations, but if the body still holds fear, anxiety, or distrust, nothing manifests. Your body needs to feel as if the future is already real. When the body believes, the mind calms down, and at that point, energy naturally organizes itself. Life's language isn't loud. It reveals itself in silence. Not an empty silence, but a full silence, overflowing with energy, information, and possibility. When you quiet the mind, the heart begins to hear, and that's when subtle signs appear. Small synchronicities, unexpected encounters, coincidences that seem improbable but are actually the universe's answers. These signs are like reminders. Keep going. This is the way. Synchronicity isn't random chance. It's life showing that your vibration is aligned with what you desire. The more you recognize these signs, the more they multiply. And with every confirmation, your faith grows. The more your faith grows, the more life responds. It's a self-sustaining cycle. But why do we feel such urgency about time? One reason is that nervous emotions distort our perception. When we're anxious, minutes feel shorter. Time slips through our fingers, and a restless mind convinces us we're falling behind. When we're calm, the opposite happens. Time feels expansive. The same clock, but a completely different experience. This proves that often it isn't life that's rushing, it's our internal state speeding up our psychological clock. How many times have you noticed that in moments of stress, an entire day felt like a few hours, while in moments of joy and presence, just a few hours felt like an entire day? That's because external time never matches internal time. The more nervous emotions we carry, the more distorted our perception becomes. A conditioned mind insists it needs to see in order to believe. But in the subtle fabric of reality, the order is often reversed. First you believe, then you see. Or rather, first you feel, and then reality responds. It takes courage to emotionally live a reality that doesn't yet exist in the physical world. But that's the secret, feeling the future now. At first, it may seem like nothing is changing, but every conscious breath, every moment of trust is shaping your vibration. Life doesn't give you what you ask for in a rush. It gives you what you are ready to receive. Just like a sword must be heated, folded, and refined before it can be used, your story also goes through this process of preparation. Waiting is often the refining stage. So don't be mistaken, you are not late. You are being prepared. Every silence was alignment. Every apparent delay was time, building the foundation. Time is not an enemy, it's the ally ensuring you'll be ready when the opportunity arrives. And here's a liberating truth. When we release the illusion of controlling everything, we dissolve the urge to predict every step and replace "it has to be now" with "let it be in the right time." This shift reorganizes your inner world, and quietly, it reorganizes your outer world too. If your mind insists on asking when, respond with the loving how. How can I align today? How can I care for my body, for my thoughts, for my actions? When the how becomes clear, the when reveals itself. Life never misses the timing. The universe never fails in its synchronicity. And when you realize this, you understand that the perfect moment has always been this one. Because it's here, in the now, that you can breathe, feel, act, and open space for the next step. And now, I want to hear from you. If this message resonated with you, write in the comments, "I trust the perfect timing of my life." That will strengthen your vibration and show life that you are ready to receive. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because every week I share messages that will raise your awareness and help you manifest the life you deserve to live. And share this video with someone you feel needs this message today. Thank you from the heart.